Welcome in to a new year, a new day, a new month, a new location, and a whole new segment for the live. I'm just waiting for my YouTube to catch up. Give me a second, because then I can see chat and stuff, which would be handy. Okay. There may be a little bit of bother with the camera, but let's hope it's okay. Let's hope it's okay. Okay. Oh, it's Miss Diamond. Diamond, you're the first one in. Welcome in. So the members and I had a little discussion about what is going to happen in the new year, because every new year there's something new happens on the channel. This year I've bitten the bullet, if not swallowed it, and decided to do some yarniness in my lives. So there will be, the first segment of every Friday live will be yarn. And when I finish the yarny section, then we'll go back over to my usual place upon the sofa with the bean, and we'll do our general chit chat and stuff. I will be looking like really close every now and again, going like this. I'm going, oh, now I can see what you're saying, because I've got my phone in a cube, so I can see the chat as well. Or at least when I squint, I can see the chat. I'm just hoping that you can hear me okay. Welcome in, Jay. Welcome in, HD. Hello, hello, hello. So, yeah, the members basically voted and said, yes, it was a good idea. Let's do this. And we're calling this segment Flash the Stash. And I have gotten permission from Crafting Kitty, because that's where I got the idea from. And basically every single week we are going to do one of my cubes, go through it, whether it's got one item in it or whether it's got 101 items in it. We're going to go through each cube, a blue cube, then a non-blue cube, a blue cube, then a non-blue cube, as it were, each week. So, as bad as I am at describing stuff, we're going to see how this goes. And I have to say, I'm very, very, very nervous. But between the two segments, when we finish the yarn, we will do creators link drops, and then we'll do the chitty chatty chit chat thing. So maybe we should begin, huh? Oh, and of course, with it being a new month, we also have a new super wheel, because it got one last week. So we've got a brand new naked wheel again, ready to be spun on the 31st of January, but we'll get back to that. Yarny. Okay, so in here, in my living room, I have 12 cubes. Every single one of them is blue. All blue cubes. Every single one of them. And this particular cube that you've already seen in the thumbnail is the one I'm starting with today, cube number 1. The only thing that isn't in these cubes is pure cotton. That's the only thing that isn't in here. If anything is pure cotton, whether it's blue or not, I have a special place just for pure cotton. But I do have things that are a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And I'm really hoping this isn't backwards. You're going to have to let me know if it's backwards or not. So this is Premier Just Cotton, Happy Mail, like the majority of my blue stuff is. In fact, the majority of my anything is mainly Happy Mail. So the Premier Just Cotton, this is in the colour, would you believe it? It's blue. Very genius. Blue. This is a 60-gram little skinny doodad. 104 yards, 96 meters. Of course, that's always approximate. There's always a little bit more or ever so slightly less, but usually a little bit more. And it is in a medium 4. Now, even though it's called Just Cotton, it isn't just cotton at all, because it's polyester, I think. Is it polyester? Yeah. 85% cotton and 15% polyester, which does make it quite a soft cotton. Not the softest I've ever felt, but I wouldn't really, with the feeling of it, want to go making household items with it, because it's like, no, you know what, I can wear that. This is all soft and good. It's okay. Although, saying that, I don't know, but I have a feeling that when washed, it might roughen up a little bit. I don't know. They usually say when you wash something, it softens up, but I have a feeling this roughs up a little bit. I haven't used this yet. I only have the one little ball, and I haven't decided what to do with it yet. And like anything that I show you in these lives over the coming weeks, if there's something that I go, I have no idea what I'm making with it yet, which is going to be the majority of stuff, let's face it, that's going to be most stuff. Throw your comments into the comment section when this is finished, and let me know what you think I ought to make. Stick it down there, and then, you know, like this, you can turn around and say, look, it does roughen up a little bit, but there's only a small amount, so how about making a couple of dishcloths? Well, I don't use dishcloths myself, and I don't know anybody that does, but we could go with that theme, and I could make a square and do a square for a blanket, maybe, as an example. I'm just throwing it out there, but there is no plan as of yet what I'm going to do with Just Cotton, even though it's not just cotton, but still, we've got one Just Cotton, which is going back in the coop very shortly. Next, I have some Sublime. Let me sort out the thingy so you can see it. Sublime. Teresa. Hello, miss. How you doing? Thank you very much, my dear. Thank you. So Sublime is a nice little donut, and it is so soft. It's like, it's sublime. And this is baby cashmere merino silk. Yeah, let me just say that one again. Baby cashmere merino silk. Soft, and it feels it. Welcome in, Miss Slug. Hello. So Sublime, we have no actual color for this, but you can bet your bottom dollar most of these are classed as royal blue. Some of them I would consider it as royal blue. Most are supposed to be royal blue, but you know, there's slight differences with dyes and stuff. But this with the no name in Sublime is 0495, 50 grams, I believe. Can I find the thingy? Yeah, 50 grams, approximately 116 meters or 127 yards on this. And it feels as you'd expect it to feel. It's very, very, very soft, and thankfully no major fuzziness. No major fuzziness. So I've got a feeling it could be really good to work with. Welcome in, Miss Wriggles, and howdy doody Terry. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in. I like the way this is worked, and I don't know if that's going to show on camera, but we'll give it a go. We'll try. Hang on a moment, because I'm behind. I don't think that's going to show. Plus my shadow isn't going to help really, is it? No, it's not going to show. It's got a really, really nice twist on it. And I did chop it just to see if it was going to be really splitty. It doesn't look like it will be. I do have a very slightly frayed end on there, but it's nothing that I'd be worried about using. And these, I've got three Sublime. Yep, 3 Sublime, and they feel so good. Feel so good. And I think with it being, what was it, 116, so over 330 and over 340 meters. Wouldn't quite make a shawl. Can't really make a shawlette with it, but I do have something in mind. So this one, I have something in mind. It doesn't mean that you can't put a suggestion in the comments down below afterwards, but I've got a thought for it. Anyway, the composition of it is 75% extra fine merino, and 20% silk, 5% cashmere. Oh, it feels so good. It's that point where you're like, I want my cake and eat it too. That's how it is. I want to keep it because it's lovely and soft and squidgy and yummy and but I've got to make it into something. But even though this is supposed to be classed as a blue, royal blue, it's not royal blue. It's closer to, this is where I'm going to be really rubbish at these yarn thingies, you know. This is where I'm going to be really, really pants. Probably pants at everything, but this is probably the worst bit. Colour wise, I would say it was an evening summer sky. That's where I'm going. It's that kind of blue. But, you know, you and your screens, they're all going to be ever so slightly different colours. So you can judge that how you like. On my screen, it's not showing up anywhere near like the colour it's supposed to be. But there it is. So we have 3 Sublimes. Welcome in, Miss Rita. Oh my gosh, she upgraded to OG Twizzler. Miss Rita. Thank you very much, my dear. Thank you, thank you. That was a little bit of a surprise. Hello. That also means now you're an OG Twizzler. That means you will go on the members only giveaway wheel. Oh my gosh, I got an ad for myself. Wow. An ad all for me. How lucky am I? Yeah, you'll be going on the members only giveaway wheel as of now. Although the next one isn't until March. But there's a bonus. And it also means you get the members only lives as well. Welcome in, Miss Perp. Good evening. And Zara, welcome in. Hello. No problemo. Give me a second. You're sick again? You're not allowed to be sick. You're not allowed. I don't believe anybody gave you permission. Don't look at me. I don't give permission for anything. I get ordered about by the bean. That's more than enough for me. Okay. Hang on. I'm looking. Camera looks like. Do you know what? Cornflower blue could work as well. It's not quite over on the purple-ish spectrum, but it could possibly be a cornflower blue ball color. That works. If we're going down the color, the flower color route, that could work quite well. Not strictly cornflower, but cornflower blue ball, that could work quite well. See, I need somebody up here that can deal with colors. Okay, next is Kismet Now Kismet, I have 2 of these, I believe. They are 100 grams each. And these come from, I'm guessing they come from where I got them sent from, which is South Africa. But this is Kismet Lollipop, and this is a royal blue, and it's even called royal blue. And it is a DK. 100 grams equals 300 meters of plastic acrylicness. So that is that, and it is really quite nice and soft. Again, it does feel a little bit like it's got polyester in it. It's got that really nice, soft, baby yarn like texture. And I know that the person that sent me this was like, I know you'll love it. It's royal blue and it's very, very soft. I took it out of the Happy Mail bag and I was like, yes, I do. Yes, I do. I haven't decided what to make with them yet, but 600 meters, I need some inspiration for that one. So Kismet in royal blue DK, I have 2. Dua. And it's nice. I remember when I first got it, I was on a video call and I just had both of them up my cheeks. Oh, feels nice. So much a wearable. Very much a wearable. Next, we have, don't you fall down. Don't you do it. Deramores Studio. Now this is in the color ultramarine or royal blue. Ultramarine, yes, that works. It works. But these are 50 gram balls, and I have 12 of these. The person that sent me them was like, well, at least you can make yourself something now. I'm like, 12, that's a lot. Well, make yourself something then. 12. And it's anti-pilling as well. And if you don't know what pilling is, it's this. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but on my cardie here, I've got a little bubbly boo, and it's full of them because this is real wool. So I've got lots and lots of pills over the entire thing where it rubs, where it wears. This shouldn't do any such thing. Looking at chat quickly. Hello, Miss Cindy. Welcome in. Hello, hello. What is my second favorite color? My second favorite color is kind of a nudie brown. I mean, really silver, metallic silver, but nudie brown. A kind of not a beige, but a tanny brown. I mean, that's a few cubes away at the moment, but when it comes to royal blue, I love to have silver next to it or white. I love the glitz, so really metallic silver would be awesome. But if we're looking at plain, kind of a tan fudge, kind of dried plaster, pine kind of colour. Hope that makes sense. Makes sense in my head because I'm thinking of it, but I'm rubbish at descriptions and stuff. So, yeah. No, Deramores are no more. They do not exist anymore. Somebody went, no, I'm having that, and took it. My cardie is royal blue. No. Definitely, they're both kind of royal. They are both royal blue. This cardie The pattern was bought by Miss Karen, and all of the wool was bought by Miss Helen from Hobie, and they still make that. And I love this cardie because it's got so many nice little textures in it, and it isn't a solid stitch all the way through. There's 2 different stitches, and I added pockets, but I really should have made them deeper, but I ran out of wool, so I've got tiny little pockets like that. It's like half a pocket on each side, but I don't care because I like it. I have no idea how to pronounce that slug. Zatsky? No, Zatziki. Miss Wriggles is trying to learn to knit. New year, new skill. That should be interesting with the kids around. Hello, Miss Sharon. Welcome in and good evening. Oh yeah, everybody's screen shows different colors, different shades. It all depends on your screen for sure. Anyway, okay, so these, yes, I've got 12 of these. Like I said, they are 100% acrylic. This is a royal blue. Does it kind of show? Does it look any different? Even a little bit? To me, they don't look any different. It's a royal blue. But there's 125 meters or 136 yards ish on these. 12 of them. It is going to be a cardie for sure. What cardie? I don't know yet. I've got about 4 patterns for cardies. But you know, people say, oh, I'm waiting for the yarn to speak to me. The right cardie for this hasn't gone me yet. So I don't know which one, but that is destined to be a cardie. So there's that. Quickly. Okay, we're good. And not only do I have 50 grams, but I also have just a couple. I've got 4 of these. Again, it's Deramores Studio Anti-Pilling DK, but this is a different blue because where this one was royal blue, the big one, it's daddy, is Persian blue. So there's a big, oh yeah, there's a difference. So yes, I've got 4 of these big ones, 165 meters, 180 yards on each of them, which is some nice yardage, I must say. It's some nice yardage, but it is 100% acrylic. Again, it's got a nice soft texture to it. It's definitely wearable material, and it will be wearable material. What type of wearable material? I don't know yet, because it's not quite big enough to make something like a cardie for me, because, you know, but I want to make something that I can wear with it. Maybe. I might just make something with the 50 gram ones for me, and then lump something together for somebody else with the Persian. Wow, I did it. Hunter would be so proud. Maybe. But yeah, so 4 of them, which is rather nice. Feronia, welcome in, miss. Don't you be sorry. Oh, you are very, very welcome. I told you I would. I told you I'd do a a little tribute. It was going up. So, you know, more than happy to do a little memory lantern for you. Hello, Miss Pam. Hello, hello, hello. Howdy do? Hope you're well. Teresa, been looking at the Hobie patterns, and there are some things, but there's a heart in the way, and I can't read the chat, which is really annoying. There for cardigans and pullovers. I have plans to make several. Bonus is if I don't like them on me, kid gifts. Bonus. I don't have any mini-me's to shove anything on, but it's always a good option when you do have them. I don't do jumpers really because I feel too restricted. I'm very much a cardi type person. Not like Cardi B, but Cardi L, Cardi K, Cardi K. That could be a bit wrong. Anyway, moving on. Royal Blue. Some of the members will definitely recognise this one. Quite a few members may well recognise this one. It is Stylecraft Special DK. Da, 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 da. And this is 100 grams of premium plastic, acrylic, premium acrylic. Hello, my dear. Hello, Mork and Mindy. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. It is lovely to work with. Miss Ingrid has basically created her own shop with this stuff. She loves it so much that she's got at least one of every colour bar a couple, like literally bar a couple. And some of you members that have been with me for a certain amount of time, you get some of this as a member pack, or part of your member pack, should I say. It's very, very nice to work with. It's nice and soft and definitely a wearable. 295 meters. So it stretches quite well. I don't mean like literally it's like elasticated. I mean like one skein goes a long way. 295 meters is approximately 322 yards. Naturally anti-pilling. Knits to all DK patterns. It is a DK. Like dead on DK. Like it's not too thin a DK, it's not too thick a DK, it's DK. And this one is Royal Blue, obviously. Hello, my favorite. So this is this. No, I haven't got anything planned for this yet because I've only got one skein. Just one. That's all I got. Just the one. Oh, and I will say, by the way, I'm gonna put this in here. I'm gonna put this in here. At some point during these lives, there may well be a giveaway here or there. If I feel like the stuff that I'm putting away shouldn't really be put away, as an example only, I've only got one skein of that. There's nothing I can do with it, but someone might want to try it, and heck, they might make squares out of it. They might do some trim as a border on something. There will be a lot of bits going aside rather than back in the cubes that will be going in the giveaway cube. And every now and again, I will be doing a giveaway here and there. So just keep your eyes and your ears open. And catch up with chat. Zara's got 4. Scrolling down, lots and lots of hellos, which is lovely. Hello, welcome in, Miss Amarina. Hello, Miss Lucy. Howdy doody. It, yeah, like almost every single yarn. You crochet with it, you can make one thing, but you knit with it, you can make that little bit more, because knitting you can get away with. Yeah, I kind of wish I kept up with the knitting. I've just lost interest. I really have lost a lot of brain cells as well, but that's a whole other ball game. This slug is using a similar colour. Periwinkle. Oh, I like periwinkle. It's nice, pretty. To cast on a something which I can't see right now because it's hidden behind the heart on the chat. Mine is Woolspun from Lion Brand. Oh, I like Woolspun. Someone that had disposed 6 or 7. There we go. Skeins. Reuse, run by. Wow. Oh, sorry, wobbly woo. I would say score indeed. I have used Woolspun. I like Woolspun. I can be a little bit jealous with that one because I've experienced it. A lot of the time people will come out with, oh, I've used this or that, and I'm like, that's nice. Haven't got the foggiest. And let's face it, a lot of the English stuff that I review, a lot of people in Canada and America will be going, I've never heard of it, never seen it, never likely to use it. But okay, I have that with your stuff over there. I'm just very, very, very jealous. I'm a jealous person. I can't help it. I'm green. Next. Excuse me. Sorry. I have... I can't remember who gifted me this, but I love them for it because it's my favorite. It's my favorite. What do you call it? What do you call it? Favorite spinning of wool? I don't know. It's roving. It may well have been Mr. Daniel, if you guys remember Daniel. But this is a roving. It is Fair Isle Kodiak. I keep calling it Kodak, and it's got nothing to do with cameras. But this is in the colour Celestial. So this is a little bit lighter than royal blue, but it definitely feels very woolly, like very woolly. It is 100% superwash wool. I would very much say, you know, if you're allergic to wool, don't go doing this. Because even now, I'm not touching it with that hand at the moment, but I'm a little bit itchy. And I have no problems with wool. I'm a little bit itchy. But this is saying it's a medium 4. It's a roving. It is going from a DK up to a chunky. So it might say medium 4, but it's roving. There are, how many Watsits are in you? Do you even tell us how many Watsits are in you? Oh, yeah, it does. Okay. 157 yards, approximately. 144 meters, approximately, in 100 grams. And I do have 2 of these. 288 meters. I have no idea what it would make. Like, no idea. I'd want to use it purely because 1, it's blue, and 2, it's roving. But I've got to face facts. I'm probably never going to make anything with it. It's one of those have your cake and eat it moments, unfortunately. But it's a night for me, who's not got a major problem with wool, to make an over top thing with it. I'd be happy with that. To have it somewhere closer to the skin, no, I'll pass. But it's even got a little foreign body in it. It's a little bit of white plastic that is now going in the bin. That was intertwined in it. But yes, so there we have Fair Isle Kodiak. And that is that one. 2 of. Catch up with the chat. Oh, a scarf. You're knitting a scarf in the periwinkle. Oh, Miss Sharon's got to go. I hope you is okay. Slug. Just hope it's not worth. It's not what? Oh, moth-eaten. Don't say that. Have the faith. Hope. Faith, girl. Faith. Okay. Next, and I know this came from Mr. Daniel. I know this one did. And I've got 3 of these. This one actually says it's roving. It's a chunky roving. It is Retreat by West Yorkshire Spinners. And colour-wise, I have no idea what I'd call that. Does it even have its own name or not? I don't think it does. No, it doesn't. It's numbers only. But this is 100% blue-faced Kerry Hill sheepses. That's what it is. 140 meters, 153 yards. It feels very woolly. Again, it's actually, I would say, a little bit softer than the Kodiak. Sorry, Mr. Plant. I keep on bashing you. I'm so sorry. But not by much. You can definitely feel the wool in there. And there's another bit of foreign body. Which I love seeing the little foreign bodies in natural yarn, except when you get full-blown trees coming out of them, then it's not quite so fun. But this 100-gram ball, reared, sheared and spun in Britain. 3 of these. It's a fair old meterage, but again, as much as I'd want to make something with it, it's not quite enough to make anything, I don't think. This, I'd be slightly happier wearing than the Kodiak, just because it's that little bit softer. Yes, I still feel the wool, but I would be far more comfortable with this one over the Kodiak. Colour-wise, I don't know what I'm going to call this. Probably a dark denim. A dark denim that's been washed a couple of times. That's what I'm going to call it. That's its new yarn colour. A denim that's been washed a couple of times. So there's that. And the last one for this cube, I've got 2 of these. Yeah, I've got 2 of these, which is Charisma, which feels so nice and soft. It's so nice and soft. Loops and threads, 109 yards or 100 meters, approximately, in the 100 grams. Dark blue, bone, denim, sage, pecan. I won't be making the blanket, but thank you very much anyway. So this is in the colour Royal Blue. I would say it's actually a little bit darker than the Royal Blue that I'm wearing. Turkey, 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 turkey. Not the gobble gobble turkey. 100% acrylic. It is classed as a bulky 5. It is a bulky, and it's nice and soft. And I want to make a hat with this. I don't wear hats because I get major headaches with anything over my head, but I do want to make a hat with this. Like I said, I do have 2, and I'm determined that when the right hat comes along and go, Lisa, make me, I will. But that's what I've intended for this one. So that's what we have. But what will I be keeping? Well, I'm going to get my bag. I'm going to get my bag. Give me a moment. One did not remove contents from the bag. Very well prepared. So, in this cube, from this cube, the things that I'm going to be gritting my teeth and putting to one side and not back in the cube are, I've got to be realistic, have to be realistic. The Stylecraft Special DK is going in the bag. The Just Cotton is going in the bag. The Kodiak is going in the bag. Now, whatever I've said, however many I've got, however many I've told you I've got, that's how many are going to go in the bag. But, you know, I'm not going to take them all out the cube and then put them in the bag this minute, because that'd be even more boring TV than this already is. So Kodiak is going in the bag. And I'm going to put the 100-gram Deramores Studio in the bag. I am keeping the Sublime. I am keeping the Charisma. I am keeping the Studio 12 lots. I am keeping the Kismet. And I'm keeping the Retreat. But the others will be coming out of the cube, or at least coming out of cube number 1 and going into cube number 2, which is the giveaway cube. But the real cube number 2 will be next week, and it won't be blue. So we'll actually have a different colour. And all my cubes, apart from 3, are colour coordinated, sort of. I've got a feeling that next week it'll be white. I don't know why I can't quite think properly right now. It's either white or black. I can't remember. I'm so good at looking at my cubes. But that is that. So that's this week's Yarny segment done. Just catching up with the chat. You're working on these square things? Square things? Interesting. If you put the yarn weight in meters or yards and craft into Ravelry, it will come up with pattern ideas. I had forgotten about that. That's a very, very good point, miss. That is a very, very good point. I had completely forgotten about that. That is a tool that I used to use so often back in the days of when I was just watching. And I've not used it for so long. It's been a very, very long time. That's a very good point. You're dreading getting to green. I will be honest that right now, Miss Perp, I have very, very little green. There's a lot of colours that I am out of. Green used to be used a lot for my hats, so that went pretty quick. Red used to be used a lot for my hats. That went pretty quick. Yellow as well. Browns. But yeah, you should be... if I've got any green left, it's only going to be like 1 or 2. Like, not every cube is jam-packed. Most are. Not every single one is jam-packed. And green definitely is one that isn't. So that's that. Okay, so that's yarny segment done. For the ones that I'm keeping, if you have anything in mind that you could go, you know what, that'd make a great blah, 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 put it in the comments down below. When this comes to replay, just quickly pop in and go and just stick a comment in. It all helps, you know. It does. Regarding next week, I've already told you it won't be blues. It'll be a different color. And I'm not going to tell you when a giveaway is going to drop. It will just drop at some point, and it will be a replay giveaway, because during the lives we've got the supers giveaways. We'll do the wool as replay stuff. So I'm going to go and swap cameras and quickly get that cup of tea going, because I'm parched, and I will see you in the other position very shortly. But while I do that, if Sarah wants to do the break in the chat, maybe we could get the creator link drops done right now. Maybe. If you are a creator and you would like your link dropping, please put in the chat a ball of yarn, a woolly ball, a ball of woolly. That would be fabulous. And I will see you. And one is back in the room again. Although granted, I've kind of got to move a Beans's Not a small break. No. I'm waiting for the creators to put yarn balls in. Welcome in, Miss Mel. Excuse me, Beanses. You can't hold me down. I've got to come and sit down. You've got to move the Beanses. We have a Beanses. I have to move the Beanses. Oh, to be able to sit down, I need to move the Beanses. Oh. Do you hate me now? What am I saying? You hated me before, I know. Hey, okay, we're back. Ta-da! How long did that take? 45 minutes-ish? Well, these segments are going to be anything up to about an hour. Obviously, with some of the cubes, when there's only like 5 or 6 things in there, it's going to be a lot quicker. But yeah, I'm sorry for those that take a little bit longer. Okay. So who has put some woolly in the chat? Just 2? Only 2. Interesting. Okay. I was expecting a couple more. Okay, Zara, if you'd like to drop your advert. Very good, Miss Mel. Very good. You're not comfortable now, are you? Because I've taken up your spot. It was so nice and warm, and you're warming up my leggies. Thank you. I don't think she's overly amused. Oh, she's got to run away. She's got to run away. But we're waiting for Miss Zara. Where's Zara? Did it eat Zara's? Oh, no, there it is. There it is. Think Crochet. Hello, everyone. We'll be posting some more content soon. Just that a sore throat is stopping me to record new videos. Please come have a look at my channel. Thank you. It doesn't say what she's about, but if you read the name of the channel, it will give you a very good clue. So that is Miss Sarah, and you know, she's down in the bottom of the chat. She's about to drop her own link, but I can't see it yet because StreamYard. It takes a little while. So I'm just waiting for the link to come through on StreamYard, and then I can do the next person. If the link comes through. There it is. Thank you very much, Miss Sarah. Thank you. And next, on the creator drop link. She wants to move so badly, but at the same time, I haven't changed her position. So she's like, yeah. Oh, there we go. Are you moving now? Hang on. Oh. Oh, I know. I'm so mean. Okay. Look, lots and lots of blanket. There you go. And she's just run away completely. Okay, Miss Slurg, if you would like to drop your advert, please. Give my cup of tea a good old stir. I didn't take the tea bag out. That was really clever. That's going to have to sit on the side of my coaster now. Good job it's a wipeable coaster, isn't it? Waiting for the slug. There we are. I see the slug. The naked snail. Currently running a giveaway on my channel. Open worldwide. 2 winners will be picked. And there is Miss Slugs. Yes, you can come up. It's okay. Come on then. Okay. And there is Miss Slug's link. If you're not already subscribed, please go and take a nosy at our creators. Go and take a look. If you like, subscribe. It's completely free. If you don't like, nobody's going to force you to stay there. We all have different tastes, and that is okay. Don't dig me. I am not a garden. You going to lay down? Go on, nest girl. I know you want to. Come on. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Go on then. I know. There you go. You keep my feetsies warm. I keep you warm. We both happy? Yes? She's like, whatever. I don't care. And it was only you two, wasn't it? Because if Mel hasn't come back, I'll give Mel another minute, just in case she does come back. Zara got in there a little bit too quick. It's Gypsy. She says, Lisa. How are you? I don't know how I am. I'm a little bit chilly. That's what I am. I'm a little bit chilly. But it's not all bad because I got my cup of tea when it's cool enough for me to drink, because right now it's way too hot. And I don't really like hot drinks all that much. I need to get the temperature down, which won't take long in here because it's 0 in here at the moment. See my breath and everything. Right, let me put that on. Oh no, where am I going to put my tea bag? Don't know where to put my tea bag. I've got a feeling. I got a feeling that I need to tap the camera because it's all blurry. Hang on. I'm going to cheat. No, if I do that, it'll knock the camera out. Hang on. Hang on. Beanie is holding on for dear life. Better? Maybe? A little bit? A little bit? You are welcome. Thank you very much for dropping them. And for those that are willing, up in the top of the chat are the thoughts and the prayers. New month, so we've got a clean slate apart from the ones that I definitely know are in need. So up here, if you are religious, please spare a prayer. If you're not religious, have a thought for somebody. Beanie has no idea what she wants to do. What are you doing? You know you don't like being that way round. You weirdo. Yeah. Spare a prayer if you can. Spare a thought if you're not religious. But they are people that are in need right now. So if you can, please do. Miss Perp, I was meaning to have a nosy at my bank and I haven't had a chance. I was going to, but I haven't. So please bear with me again. I'm waiting for 2 bills to go out. When 2 bills have gone, then I know what I'm doing. So at the very, very latest, it will be Wednesday at the very latest. Anyway, we're adding somebody to the wheel. We are adding a Lucy to the wheel. And Miss Lucy is a member, so she also gets double the entries. So I'm going to grab and paste because it'll be a lot quicker. Ta-da!
wheel. Thank you so much, Miss Lucy. I will save it before I forget. Save it. Thank you very, very much, Miss Lucy. Thank you, thank you. Perhaps it's, have you had post today? No, I haven't. And I am expecting, can you stop whacking me with your tail? Clearly not, because she's still carrying on. Because I'm expecting a card. Ooh, excuse me. I'm expecting a card and it hasn't come. And I'm quite surprised because I was expecting it today. I'm also expecting a letter, which I was expecting today. Nothing turned up. So, nope, no post today. If it comes tomorrow, well, that's not too bad because I'm in all day tomorrow. But if it comes next week, it could be a little bit dicey because I don't know where I am next week. I've got a lot of things going on. Or is it the week after? It's either next week or the week after. Let me have a quick look. I don't know when I'm busy. I'm busy all the time. What am I saying? Oh, it's the week after. I'm playing the Hermit for the next week. Playing Hermit and housework as well. There's a lot of housework to do. A lot of housework. Also, I need to say this because it only came to my attention properly just before the weekend, last weekend. And I properly cemented the, oh, it really is like that today. So I was all willing to do the gifting of 5 memberships at the start of each month. But I'm going to be a cruel bag and say, no, I'm not going to do that. Because instead of the gifted memberships being given the first level of the membership ladder, as it were, they're actually being given the second level. Now, the second level is a little bit for me because in the members' lives and the members' posts, they are privileged to info that I do not want to be public. And because you can't pick and choose who you're gifting memberships to, I don't want certain things to get out and be spread around, etc. So I am not going to be gifting memberships, and that is my reason why. It's not me being a oh my gosh, stingy. That'll work. A stingy mare. Not at all. It's just I would rather my more private stuff stays with the group that knows it's private for a reason. So apologies, there ain't going to be no more gifted. I'm so sorry. If they were gifted the first level like they always have been up to now, yeah, fair dues. Yeah, I will go for it. But they're not. They're given the second privilege, which is open to the lives and, you know, certain posts. And I don't want to be doing that. So apologies. And there's Miss J Paradis. Oh, J, tomorrow. I got my days mixed up. I don't know why it got. I was sure I put it up for today. It's up for tomorrow, not today, as you might have noticed. So you'll see it tomorrow. Good evening, Snaily. Hello, hello. Howdy doody. You're here but lurking. Ooh, she's a lurking Snaily. What's she lurking? What's she lurking about? Is she lurking? Why's you lurking? I want to know why's you lurking. What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? Welcome in, Louise. How do you do? Good evening. Oh, you got it? Oh, good. Good. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate that. Yeah, you know I did, Jay. You know I did. Because Miss J said, yay, glad you liked it. Miss J had sent me squares for my subscriber blanket, which I worked on a little bit yesterday. And, you know, I'm going to be sad when it's all complete. I really am. I'm going to hate putting it away in a cupboard and only getting it out every now and again. But at the same time, I don't want it out all the time because it will get ruined. But I am enjoying squeaking my YouTube square and crinkling my crinkly square. And just plain looking at all the rest of them because I think the squares on there are absolutely blooming amazing. You guys and the efforts you've all put in to doing a square or two for that blanket, it's overwhelming by a lot. Oh, heck, Purpose dropped a joke. A magician was driving down the street. He's supposed to drive down a road, not a street. And then he turned into a driveway. Yeah. Nelly says, I'm home, but turning understairs cupboard into a pantry. Ooh, pantry. Walls need a lot of filling and sanding before I can paint. How big a cupboard is the understairs cupboard? You know, when I grew up, we had an understairs cupboard, the cubby hole. It was the cubby hole. Now it had an outdoor vent in it, and things would go into that cubby hole. Everything was stored in that cubby hole. It was the Hoover. It was outdoor games. It was coats that hadn't been seen the daylight since the 70s. There was a great big box of stuff in there. It was a very, 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 very small cubby hole. But I hated it because of the things that would crawl in there, and it'd be like, Lisa, can you get blah 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 out the cubby hole? Don't be such a wuss. Get your backside in there and get it out. I used to hate it. Just opening the door was enough to make me wet my knickers, really. Hated it. Slug says, like where Harry Potter slept in his uncle's house. Yes, the understairs cupboard, the cubby hole. Although Harry Potter had a much bigger cubby hole than I had. Well, I say much bigger. A little bit bigger. Snow says, yes, mine is about the same size as a Harry Potter one too. Oh, she's got a big one. She's got a big one. I used to love my pantry. It wasn't my pantry. What am I saying? My granddad had a pantry and my auntie had a pantry. And with both of them, they both had a very, very small window to the outside world. Although that window was like a cobblestone type glass. I hope that makes a little bit of sense. Like you couldn't see through it because you had this special glass that looked like cobblestones all over it. But I used to play shopkeepers a lot with the pantry. You weren't allowed to just open the pantry door and take out what you wanted. No. You had to go outside the house, knock on the window. I opened the little one and say, yes, how can I help you? And they used to say what they wanted. And sometimes if it was too big to put through that teeny weeny little window, I'd ask them to just come round the back. I used to love it. I used to love playing shopkeepers in the pantry. Diamond said, I was that way about our basement. It was dug out by hand. Wow. And it was always dark and musty, and I hated it. See, now I've never, ever, that's a lie. Lisa, don't tell lies. I've only ever once been in a cellar. Only once. And that was a place that I lived. They'd turned the cellar, which was freezing cold, into a kid's playroom, but never let the kids down there. Because that makes so much sense. Though granted, it was very, very, very steep stairs. But my mother's godmother, who we used to see every other weekend, she lived in a very little village in a cottage, like proper, as you would think cottage. She lived in it. Thatched roof, great big beams running through the house. Everything was wonky. Nothing was straight because it was like a proper vintage cottage. Used to make me laugh how wobbly everything was. The walls were kind of squiff, the floors were squiff, the stairs were squiff. But there was one room that I used to love going in. She called it the back room. But it was the room with a few books and her crocheting bits and the sewing bits. Not quite a craft room, but you could kind of put it down to that. But in that room, from the seat where you'd sit and read, like right ahead was the door to the cellar. And it was a squiffy door with a squiffy frame. Once, and only once, I opened that door to the blackness that was behind it. And this rush of cold air hit me in the face, and I quickly shut the door again. And I got told that was the door to the cellar, and I didn't want to go down there. That's what I was told. You don't want to go down there. I never did. Never saw it. It scared the heck out of me. Like, I'd be reading and every now and again looking up at the door to see if anything was coming through. But I still loved that room. As you do. Slug says, I've never lived in a house with a cubby hole. Is that a British thing? Cubby hole, the cupboard under the stairs. Cubby hole. I don't know where else in the UK they say the cubby hole. I've only ever known it as the cubby hole. I don't have a cubby hole here because I've got no stairs. But there's cubby holes are usually dark little cupboards that don't fit with the rest of the house. They're just randomly placed somewhere where you wouldn't necessarily expect a cupboard to be. It's a cubby hole. What's squiffy mean? Says Diamond. Yes, explain squiffy, please, says Jay. Squiffy is a bit wonky, not square. Yeah, squiffy is a bit... Squiffy actually has two meanings. So, as Perp says, squiffy is just wonky. It's a little bit... It's not right. It's not straight. It's a little bit uneven. Or maybe quite a bit uneven. But squiffy also means... a little bit drunk, a little bit tipsy. That person's a little bit squiffy, aren't they? They're drunk. So they get their squiffy. Oh my gosh. We've had two Britishisms in one little story. There you go. Now you know. Do you use a cubby hole, Perp? Do you use the term cubby hole? Or have you done? I don't know where it comes from, but it's got to come... I'd say Nuneaton definitely has cubby hole. I had a cupboard under the stairs, but we didn't call it a cubby hole because that was like a proper cupboard. But we didn't call it a cubby hole because it wasn't dark and little and icky. It was just a cupboard with books and a beanbag and photographs in, and I loved that cupboard so much. Under the stairs. There's a lot of cupboards under stairs. A lot. Oh my gosh. The Nightbot couldn't finish the joke. So if you're going to do another one, because he clearly couldn't get that one out, whatever that one was. I wonder if I can find it online. Let me see if I can find it online. And maybe I can finish the joke. Maybe. Not necessarily, but maybe. Oh, my eyeballs hurting. Come on, open the chat, please. Forget the ad. Thank you very much. Let's see if I can find the joke. That's not going to do it, is it? Okay. This is a really bad joke. See, now Nightbot says there's more to the joke. But looking at the joke, there's no more to the joke. So why has it got a "the" at the end? Oh, okay. Okay, there's slightly more. So the entire joke is a panda walks into a bar and says to the bartender, "I'll have a scotch and Coke, thank you." "Sure thing," the bartender replies and asks, "But what's with the big paws?" The panda holds up his hands and says, "I was born with them." That's the entirety of the joke. That was so worth it. So worth it. Miss Slug says, "I would love to live in an old Victorian house with secret spaces, etc." That would have to be a massive house. Like massive, to have the secret spaces. Because a standard Victorian house, they're titchy, they're tall, but they're titchy and cramped. And there's no secret spaces. Perhaps says, "I have an understairs cupboard in this house, but the door is on the outside. So it's a tool shed." I had, Perp may remember this, I had a flat before this bungalow. And we had a dustbin cupboard. This whole block of flats, it was only like one up, one down. But each flat had a dustbin cupboard. But they could, if you were upstairs, you had two. They could open their cupboard just outside their front door, shove the rubbish in, and it would fall to the dustbin in the cupboard, dustbin cupboard below. I remember dustbins. I kind of miss dustbins, but at the same time, I really don't. I don't miss taking the dustbin out to the end of the road and bringing the dustbin back, because the things that were under that dustbin, oh my gosh. Lucy says, "We have a cupboard under our stairs. It's actually quite nice. Our exchange student likes to sit in there and do his homework because he thought all of the rooms in our house were too big." Even though I'm claustrophobic, okay, never liked the door being shut, but at Oma's, her cupboard under the stairs, like I said, it was photographs and books, and there was a beanbag on the floor. I used to love sitting on that beanbag under the stairs, reading a book, going through the photos, and just being out of the way from everyone else and doing my own little thing. And nobody really, okay, the door was open, granted, but nobody really would know that you're in there, apart from the door being open, because literally right outside the door was the back of a chair. You'd have to climb over the chair to get into the understairs cupboard. So you could be in there and just be on your own, in your own little world. I loved it. I loved it. Louise says, most houses I lived in, I have had a cubby hole. She's had a cubby hole! Usually under stairs of some kind. I have lived in London, Bedfordshire, and Cornwall. I've lived in London. I haven't lived... No. Have I lived in beds? No, I haven't lived in beds. Lived in London, haven't lived in Bedfordshire, and I used to holiday a lot down in Liskeard, and my godmother is down in Liskeard, Cornwall. But I haven't had a cubby hole. I don't know if we had one in the very first house that I was in. We definitely didn't have one in the second house I was in. Depends on the type of property, I guess. My father, when he moved into his house where he is now, he's in a terrace, and he's got a turn in his stairs, but he's opened the under of his stairs out. So instead of it being blocked off and a cupboard, he's got it opened out. So you've got the stairs, and if you're not careful, you're going to bang your head on them if you walk under them. But I don't recall a cubby hole anywhere else apart from in family homes, as in like my auntie and uncle in Manchester had one, my auntie and uncle in Dorset had one. Pretty certain that my Irish family had a really horrible cubby hole, which they put their outdoor shoes in. But I don't even recall a friend having a cubby hole. One of our little things. Perhaps says, yes, I remember dustbins, but never had to take it out. Had wheelie bins before I had to put my own bin out. Wow. You remember dustbins, but never had to take it out. Wow. Oh, I hated it. Dustbins that were metal, and then shortly after I remember them being metal, they changed to plastic, black plastic, and had to drag that down the path without dragging it down the path because you'll break it. But the horrible lids they had would just disintegrate in your hand, and you'd end up with little black bits all over your hand. But yeah, taking the dustbin out, oh, I hated it. Thankfully, I didn't have to do it all the time. It was just when my granddad wasn't able to. But no, don't like it. Your head's fallen off again. What the heck? It has as well. My little duck's head's fallen off. Got some little glass ducks, and they came from my grandmother, and one of them, I don't know what happened, but ages and ages and ages ago, his head fell off, and I super glued it on, and then it fell off again, and I super glued it on. I've just super glued it on like yesterday, and it's fallen off again. I don't want to get rid of it because it's part of my grandmother, but at the same time, it's a headless duck, and I can't eat him. Thank you, Cindy. She says, thumbs up. Almost forgot to hit it. Please don't hit it. Don't be mean. Don't hit it. Feeling sleepy today and still need to go to town after, well, what are we going to town for? Can I come? Is it going to be food? Is it going to be... Oh, no, I daren't say that. Not going to say that word. Nope. Louise says, I remember metal bins and having to take it out every week as I am the eldest of the kids. Well, yeah. Hey. I only remember taking the metal one out with my granddad once. I might have done it a couple of times, but I only remember doing it once. But very, very, very shortly after me remembering about the metal bin, the plastic one, the black plastic dustbins came into force. And I can't even remember when we changed over to wheelie bins, because I went into a county that had had wheelie bins long before our part did. So it was all of a sudden just a very quick thing. But now everywhere is wheelie bins, I think, pretty much everywhere. Rudy, welcome in. 1925, welcome in. You're the oldest too, Miss Cindy. Do you like being the oldest? I will reply afterwards, my dear. The person that won the Santa mystery bag, they are going to be taking a photo of what the contents were, and I will be putting that up as a post as soon as I get it through. So I'm curious because I want to know what was in that thing. And I know a couple of others have said, do you know what she won? I don't know what she won. She said she likes it. I don't know what's in it, but she said she'll send an email through. Wriggle says, we had 2 cubby holes. One was only under half the stairs. It was used to store home canned food. The other was under the entire stairs. There was a small room and the rest was used as a closet. See, that'd be great if it's like tall enough. Hang your coats in there. You would not want to hang your coats in the cubby hole that we had. You'd have so many visitors to take home with you. Snail says it's my kid's job to take the bins out, but my job to remind her 50 times first. Like, by the time you've got about 25 times telling you could have taken it out yourself. I've been told off a couple of times by my binman for not taking my bin out, like putting it at the side of the road. But since living here, I've never filled up my bin. Actually, that's a lie, because I filled my recycling bin. I mean my dustbin, my general waste dustbin. I've never filled it up. Never. And even today, I don't know why they came round today. But they came round today and I'm like, oh, well, you ain't going to touch my bin because I've only got one little bag in there. It's like half a carrier bag of stuff in the wheelie bin. They took my entire wheelie bin to the truck to have the truck turn it upside down and put it down again, and then they left it halfway up the road. But they come and pick it up, and then I get told off for them coming and picking it up. I'm not going to put a wheelie bin out when there's one teeny weeny little bag in it. I'm going to wait until it's filled up. So let me fill it up. Stop taking it, and then I don't get told off. Ta-da! Miss Pep says, I am the baby of the family and didn't have to do jobs as a kid. The others were teenagers and had to do jobs. Oh, I had to do jobs long before I was a teenager. I used to have to iron my uniform for school. I used to have to do the dusting around the house. I used to have to do the vacuuming. It'd be me that set the table and then put everything away again afterwards after cleaning the table coasters down. Washing and drying up was also my thing. I don't think I had anything else to do. I think that's it. But if I didn't do what I was told to do, Boy, did I get it. Boy, did I get it. Sally says, I never fill mine, but my neighbours are all bigger families than us, so I let others fill it when it's... Are you due for emptying? Are you in a place where they do the cost for the waste or not? Miss Helen, hello, Miss Helen. I'm wearing the cardie that you provided material for. This is the cardie that you kind of bought for me. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome in. Miss Nelly says, we don't have garbage collection. We take a trip to local dump. But, whoop, it jumped. Hang on, it jumped. The dump jumped. Trip to local dump, but I find all kinds of treasures in the reuse shed. I used to quite like going down to the local tip. We call it a tip here. A dump for Americans is a tip over here. We're not allowed to go to the tip anymore. It's not a thing that we're allowed to do. But I used to like going down there and finding plant pots and toys and glassware and bits that had been salvaged, but boy did they put a price on it. Flipping heck did they. It used to be absolutely ridiculous sometimes, and then other times it's like, wow, that's a bargain. Pup says here they only come get your bin if you're disabled or elderly. That's why they grab mine, because the area that I'm in is all disabled and elderly. If you're disabled elderly, any apply for pull out, then they get it out and put it back. Usually 9 times out of 10 they'll put the bin back and make a ruckus doing it. But like now it's still halfway up the road because I haven't gone and grabbed it because I'm a lazy mare. Hey, I'm Hadija Lisa. I am a lazy mare. I'll tell you something you don't know, but it could be almost impossible. Nelly says cost is included in the council tax. Oh, okay. So you're not in one of those areas. I know they were going to do these little lock things on the bins that you paid for putting rubbish in. Or something, but if it went over the limit, you'd pay extra. So everyone was putting everything in other people's bins, and it was just stupido. Miss Helen, I'm going to put Miss Helen on the wheel. I've got to work out from Mr. Google what we're doing with Helen, but I think it's 3 entries onto the wheel. Hang on. US dollars to Great British pounds. Thank you very much. I'm pretty sure she gets 3 entries. She does. Miss Helen, let's get you on the wheel. It's not so much a naked wheel, huh? And another one. Miss Helen. Sort and save. Ta-da! We have a Helen on the wheel and a Lucy on the wheel. Thank you very, very much, Miss Helen. You're on, and if I remember right, it's the 31st that we're spinning that thing. So thank you very, very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And now I've got a butt ache. It feels like somebody's just kicked me up the butt. Like, what did I do? What did I do? Oh my gosh. How? Louise says, I used to have to do a lot of chores from the age of about 7, including cooking the roast dinner. Oh, that was one thing, thankfully, I got told definitely not doing. I mean, they didn't even trust me to peel the spuds. I had to do that with my granddad, but I wasn't allowed to do it on my own because I think once I peeled my finger and it didn't happen again. Been cooking the roast dinner on Sunday as soon as we got home from church. No, thankfully, I never had to cook at home. I was never allowed to cook at home. I wasn't even allowed to bake. Never baked with my mother, like never did cupcakes or cookies or anything like that. Though we weren't a cupcake cookie kind of family. I'd have to make my own lunch. When I was in upper school, I'd have to make my own lunch. You know, packed lunch for school, but no cooking, thankfully, for me. That was a hard hit when I left home and I was like, what do I do? I mean, I knew how to boil an egg. I knew how to shove something in the microwave. Microchips. Oh my gosh, microchips. I wasn't even allowed to do that. Microchips. I wasn't even allowed to stuff microchips into the micro. Anyway. Teresa says, I'm the oldest of my American family, but 5th from Belize. 5th from Belize? So I definitely have oldest sibling syndrome, as my siblings call it. But 5th from... Okay, you're going to have to explain that, because I'm like, huh? The what now? Who? What? Pep says, around here, if bin is on the street, it's fair game. If you need more bin space, as long as the lid shuts. We do get told off if the lid is too open, but I know that my recycling bin every now and again won't shut. Every now and again. And I haven't been told off for it yet. But that I know of, there's no one around here that will use somebody else's bin. It's just, that's just not proper. That's very wrong. No. So yeah, we don't have any of that shenanigans around here. Oh, something just came to my mind and then it disappeared again. Wait, I was supposed to do something. Oh, what was I supposed to do? I've done the yarn segment. I've told you about the giveaways. Woolly Wednesday. If you haven't seen it yet, Woolly Wednesday is up. Just an FYI. I just had that I've forgotten something. I have no idea. Teresa says, I have 4 older siblings from my family in Belize. 4 older siblings from my family in Belize, but you're number 5. You're number 5. What language do they speak in Belize? See, now in my head I've got Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, and I'm so going to get told off. No clue. No idea. Pep and Teresa, stitch markers. No, there's no stitch markers today. But I feel like I was supposed to show something. And I know I've done the yarn. The auction wasn't going to be a thing, so it's not that. What am I forgetting? Oh my gosh, my brain is so ridiculously pathetic. Oh, I have no idea. I don't know. Just put it down to you've been spared. Hands are the hands that do dishes can be soft as your face with mild cream, very liquid. No, I'll do hands at the end. But I know something. Let me look quickly. I know that's Thursday, not Friday. So don't need to tell you about that. So what was I supposed to show? I really feel like I was supposed to show you something. I don't know. I have no idea. We'll forget it, and then it will probably pop into my head just as I'm shutting everything down. Who knows? Miss Teresa says Creole, Spanish, Spanito, French, and English. It depends where you live. Oh, a little bit like Canada then. It depends where you live to what's spoken. Can you speak? Well, I know you can do Spanish. Can you do French or Creole? Zara says, what is everyone making? Yes, I want to know what everyone's making. That's a good point. That could have been brought up in the yarn thing. And that's something I forgot. So, what's everyone making? I'm not doing the cracking the whips until the end of the month. So there's the thing. Oh, I had an achievement today and I'm so pleased. Like, I am such a slow crocheter. So slow. But today, I've not only finished a hat that yesterday I hadn't even finished doing the increases. So I still had that. I finished that hat. I did another hat. And I've done a complete mosaic square of 12 inches as well today. That's how lazy I've been. I've been sat on my butt all day, near enough, just crocheting. And I've been happily crocheting, enjoying the crocheting, and just getting on with it. And I'm now doing the mosaics almost by heart. And I've only got 2 more, and then the pattern changes. Sod's law. But I'm getting through it, and I'm blooming well enjoying it. Teresa says, I speak English and Spanish poorly. Yeah. I can understand more Spanish than I can speak it. That's like me and German. I understand way more than I can speak. If it's written down, I can't remember if I'm better at listening or reading when it comes to German. Probably listening. Probably. Zara says, I'll send for cracking the whips. Well, we've got a little way to go because we only did one this Saturday just gone. So we've still got a little bit of time. But I'll give people a nudge for cracking the whips close to the time. Diamond says squares. Also have 2 blanket squares. Also have 2 blankets on the hook. 2. I learned to knit, and I have the start of a slipper on those. And there's Wriggles starting knitting as well. Everyone's getting into the knitting thing now. I'm not going to get back into it. I don't think I'll ever get back into knitting again. I really don't. My knitting, the tension is so tight. I'm such a meanie when it comes to knitting. I don't think I could handle the frustration now. As a kid, it didn't bother me. It just frustrated everyone else. I think doing it now and having anything that would be good enough, I don't think I can do it anymore. I really don't. Snaily, your mum wants you. Louise says, I made a pickle for my grandson today. Other than that, I've done very little. Oh, yeah, you've had your grandson. A pickle. What colour pickle? Have we had, like, are we talking gherkin pickle? Is that what we're talking? Perp says, I sent a finished pic for cracking the whip. I think I got it. I think. Yep. I've got it. It's in the folder. 'Tis in the folder, my dear. 'Tis in the folder. Poor Snaily. I know she's talking to her mum, but still, I'm going to say it out loud anyway. She says, no, I've had enough of the 2024 blanket. I can't stand the sight of it now because it's taking that long. Patience. Breathe. Get it over and done with. And then it is done. It won't be a whip anymore. It will be finished. It can go in a cupboard. Done. Finished. And it won't be annoying you. Helen says, how much does it cost for a plane ticket from Indonesia to England? It depends. It depends. I got mine 6 months in advance and it cost me for a return just over 600. But when we were looking for Mr. Hunter, they were about $1.5 grand, roughly. Let me have a quick look. But of course, the prices are changing all the time, and the different season, it changes everything as well. Okay, go. Save, done. Yes, go. One. Leaving from Jakarta. Going to Heathrow. We'll do a random date thing. Random date. Done. One traveller. Search. It's searching. Woohoo! Whoa! 5,800. 62 hours. 2 stops. Yeah, I only did 1 stop. Wow. Let me change the date. Let me change the date. It's the same. I know it's got to be cheaper than that. I know it has to be. There's cheaper ways of doing it. But yeah, 5.5 grand. That's just made me feel really sick. Miss Lucy needs to count her whips, but I believe there are more than 15. 15? Why so many, Miss Lucy? Why so many? Wow, that's a lot. That's a heck of a lot. Flipping heck. Louise says, A limey green with dark green features. Wait, what? What? Oh, the pickle. Oh, the pickly pickle. So gherkin. It's a gherkin. It's a gherkin. It's a gherkin. Did you have little warty bits on it too? Wriggle says, remember, I'm learning knitting again with the grandkids here. Yeah, you poor thing. You poor thing. Helen says, what is that in dollars? Probably about 7 and a bit grand, I'd guess. What is 5,500 Great British pound into US dollars? It won't even convert it. Oh my gosh. I have to do it manually. 5,800, $7,209 for return. For return to see, that's something that really irks me. For Hunter to be able to get his visa, he has got to show that he has a return ticket, that he's willing to go back, even if we have no intention of that. And that's purely because if they say no, he does go back. So we can't, even if we wanted to, just get a single ticket because they won't let him in the country, which is a pile of... I got told when I first did the GoFundMe, I shouldn't be asking for that much money. And I'm like, well, how much should I be asking for? The bare minimum that you need. And I'm like, that is the bare minimum, because we need more than that. You know, the flight itself is a good 2.5 grand, roughly. The 5,000 is to be able to get the baseline visa. That's not even the actual visa price. That's just the baseline visa, because we're intending to do the legal marriage when he's here. So, you know, with everything else on top of it as well, you're looking over 10 grand, probably closer to 12 or 13 grand total. And it's, you know, how much minimum can I go? And I did the other day, I lowered it ever so slightly. But it's just a stupid... Ugh. Yeah. It wouldn't bother me so much. I don't know about him, but it wouldn't bother me so much is if he wasn't getting the amount of poop that he's getting, and the racism and the cack that he's had to put up with just for marrying me. I know I'm trouble. I know I'm a pain in the backside, but neither of us ever expected anything like he's getting. And that's what's putting a major urgency on it. And right now we do have, I can't even see it happening. We have a registrar that is willing to bend a lot of rules for us, and has given us a wedding date of the 6th of October this year. But to get that, he needs to be here before July. It's not going to happen. But the thing is, even though I'm certain it won't happen, doesn't mean I don't want it to. But I'm pooping myself that he's going to be turfed out of where he is long before then. and he's going to be on the streets, and that scares the out of me. It really does. Really does. Can you get a refund on the return ticket if you don't use it? You can't get a full refund, but I think you can get a partial refund depending on how and where you get it from. Depends on the percentage of the refund they give you. But the easy answer is yes, partially. Did I understand right that you have to pay for a visa? Yes, yeah, you have to have a visa when you're traveling. Teresa, if you had the Christian marriage there, would it have been acknowledged as a legal marriage to move it forward for him? If I'd had it, yes, it would. But because he's not Christian, there's no way. No way. It still would have cost more than I even took with me to get done. But I mean, it cost for our marriage, excluding the money that was thrown at the singers that we had. We didn't pay them. It was just a school of kids, bless them, but they were showered with notes. The marriage itself cost 2 million rupiah, which is about £100 roughly, and then another £50 worth was thrown to everybody, approximately. If we'd done the Christian version, it would have cost about £3,000 roughly. Have you done a GoFundMe? I have. Yeah, there's a GoFundMe up. The bad thing with GoFundMe is they take a lot of the money. So everywhere that I've put up, yes, we've got a GoFundMe. I've done it on the Instagram. I've done it on all our channels on YouTube. I've done it on TikTok. I've told friends that I've shared it with. I've said, basically, don't put it on GoFundMe, please. If you can do it through PayPal, that would be huge, because then we get every penny. We get it all. If it goes through GoFundMe, they take a fairly big percentage of it, which I think really stinks, because you say, I need this much. Well, actually, no, you don't need that much, because you need about double that to actually get the amount that you do need, because GoFundMe takes so much money, which is... but yes, the GoFundMe link is down there. The good thing with the GoFundMe so far is that it has paid one thing off, which was, it hasn't fully paid it off, but practically fully paid it off. There's only one little bit left to do. It has taken a huge weight off our shoulders with one thing that happened, which was bleeding pathetic and scary, and it was hell. But that all got paid off, thankfully. I just have to pay off one person who gave us the last bit of the money, and then that's all done. But then everything is down to the getting his butt here, everything. So he would have to prove he was Christian to get the Christian wedding. Yeah. Slug says, same PayPal as for your channel. Yeah. If people want to, if they are willing to put some toward the GoFundMe, all the PayPals that are coming in the lives, the people going on the wheel, all of that money is going into the savings, into the let's get his butt here. The bad thing is I can only put 200 a month into the savings account, which, let's face it, I ain't got 200 a month to put in there, but only 200 a month can go into the savings. If any more than that were to come in, then it would have to come out of the bank, and I put it in my safe space here, which is what I did when I went to the Stray Kids concert. I saved £2,000 in the house, and as soon as I had the £2,000, then I put it all in my bank to be able to pay online with my card to get my flights and stuff. Today's. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate for those asking, why didn't they just do the Christian wedding? Yeah, that's fine. I had the knowledge that what we were doing wouldn't be recognized over here. And I did say about, this is what I'd really love to do. Can we do it? And he said, yes, but we need to get this one done first, which is the Nika, which is what I had. But the only way that we could get the Western wedding would be to find a celebrant out there that would be willing to marry a Muslim and a Christian together, which is very, 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 very difficult. Over there, if you are both the same religion, it doesn't matter what religion you are, as long as you're both the same religion, you can get married easy. But if you're both different religion, or one is atheist or one is agnostic and the other one is religious, it is so hard to find a registrar. It really is really hard to find a registrar. The item that I got to send you has arrived. Oh, I told you I'd forgotten. Now I just have to make the squares. Remember, as long as they're 7 inches and either in DK or Aaron, we're good. And I'm going to select my cold tea because Beanie's now looking at me like, hello, I'm here. Did you forget me? I didn't forget her. She's so nice and warm. It is finito. It wasn't actually that bad. There was no ice on it, which is a bonus. No ice on your tea is always a bonus, I think. Can I open this one? Thank you. Thank you. You can go in the bin. Thank you. Get off my finger. Thank you. Get some hand cream on my hands because I've been handling yarn. And please remember to look after your hands as well. Your hands are so, so important. Oh, it smells so good. I'm not stroking Beanie for the next 10 minutes. Your hands do amazing things and they speak so many languages just by moving. If you've got them, you want to be extremely thankful. Please take care of them so they can look after you and those around you. Everybody, thank you very much for coming in. Next week, I'm sure it's black next week. I'm sure it's the black cube that is first. Do black. How many shades of black have we got? I have no idea, but we'll work it out. Okay, everybody, have a good one. I will see you hopefully next Friday for another Flash the Stash. Another cube will be opened. Remember, Woolly Wednesday giveaway is up and going. And there will be another Happy Mail Squares edition tomorrow. So look out. Watch out. It's not going to hit you on the head or anything, but you know. But please look after these precious, amazing tools. If you have them, think yourself lucky, because some people just don't. Look after them. They'll look after you. And I will see you guys next week, I hope. Take care. Bye-bye.